Hey, I got a Buick Lesabre 2002. So I'm gonna have to remove and install the radio, a Pioneer stereo right here. And in order to do that, I'm gonna starting from the passenger side. I'm gonna remove these two screws right here. And once I start removing that, I kind of pry a little bit. I don't want to take this hole out, this whole compartment out, this glove compartment. So I'm gonna lift it out like this using the pry it out, and pry this down with two hands. I can't do it with one hand. Now you have to be really careful about not breaking this thing, because this thing are old and it will break. You want to move it step by step and go easy on it, because if not, you'll break it. Next, you will have to take this 7mm socket and remove that out. And now I'm gonna come on this side, remove this part out, just pull it out like so, and then you should be able to pry this out a little bit. Because of these, you have to be careful. Now you want to get this 7mm out right there, so you can lift it out. These and that over there. What I've done is I take a flathead and pry it up like this, so you can see it, everything, so you can reach to this part and pull it out. Right there, it's all clips. As you can see, this clip right there, that's clip. And then that's clip right there. So when you pry this out, make sure you don't pry it more than three of an inch from the back to here. You'll break this part. So go easy on it. See, I can break that part. It's old. Now pull this clip up, forward, backward, I meant, and put the key on there, and put the shift down to whatever it is, to the bottom, number 1, you see. Now at this moment, you'll see, I'm not sure what side that is. That could be a 7. I'm gonna try 7. It could be an 8. So I used the screwdriver to remove it out. It's called Skew, S-K-E-W. Now what you will do, you want to remove this, push this in both sides, and pull it straight out. You got a customer right here want to watch. So I'm gonna have to kind of show you right there. You can use two hands with I got only one hand to record. So what you do, you push this thing, take a flathead and pry this thing out, and do the same thing as the other side. Now here's the back of this thing. Once you pull it out, you see that piece right there, that's gonna come out. So we're gonna have a little bit of problem right here, because we're doing this Pioneer. It's long, so we're gonna have to remove that out. We might have to actually cut this piece right there, but for now I'm not gonna do anything yet. I'm just gonna have to see what I have to do next. This is a Pioneer. I'm gonna use this. It's called AXTRIG. It's the universal fit bypass trigger. It sends a trigger so you can watch a video. So we're not going to use the yellow one. We're going to use the green, blue, and black. Black to the ground, blue to the remote, and green to the light green of the Pioneer plug. Yes, I got everything hooked up right now. The only difference that I hooked up is the I'm going to hook up the red wire also right here. Usually the red wire will provide it accessory from when you turn the key on, but some of these model does not have it, so you might have to bypass. That's why I use this butt connector, crimp cap or butt connector. Oh my gosh, losing my mind right here. But anyway, whatever you call it, yeah, butt connector, not crimp cap. So use this and hook it up to accessory later if you don't have if the radio doesn't come on. So I'm gonna plug it. I'm gonna test, see if it works. If it works, if not, I'm gonna have to run the accessory. So if you try to plug that in the wrong side or opposite side, it won't fit. Just switch it around, it'll fit. If it don't fit, that means it's not working. So let me show you how to test this red wire. So The red wire, I'm gonna plug the test light to the ground right there, the antenna. I'm gonna put it on here, like so. I'm gonna turn the key on. I can't do that right now. I gotta hold on for a second. You'll see I turned the key to on position already. There's no power. That means this is no good. So you're gonna have to do run the accessory to it. So if you put on the yellow wire, it's gonna stay on because it's constant. Let me see. It should be, unless my test light bad. Yep. See, it's on. That means it stay on all the time. We need an accessory. So I'm gonna pull it from the fuse or the where's the fuse on this one? I don't see the fuse, so I'm gonna do it from the ignition. So I'm gonna take this 7mm out right there, this tube. Now I'm gonna hook it up to the brown wire right there. You can look at it right here. There's brown wire next to the orange and the blue, light blue. That's accessory. The brown wire is accessory right here. Oh, where's my finger at? Right there. So it's between, on the top, very top, right there. There's a brown wire right here. Tap that to it. That's accessory. So I fused it up. I hooked it up to that brown wire right there. Using a T-tap, you can just strip it out. And coming back over here, I push this two-piece right there in, pull it out right there, and then actually you can run your wire up here if you want. Make sure you fuse it just in case something happens. It'll pop the fuse. So this is the hardest part right now. What I'm gonna do right there, I'm gonna remove that out. I test the radio, everything working already. But the hardest part is to remove that up, pick that up, and try to hide the wire. Make sure it's gonna fit the double DIN in there. I hope I don't have too much problem. I'm gonna just pop that out right there. Right there, and then push it up, and then push the plug in. Now the easiest part is to push this up, but you gotta be careful this thing. And what I'm gonna do instead, I'm gonna just, I have an oscillating tool. I'm gonna cut this right here and cut that right there and this, and then I'm good. Now the mounting kit I'll be using is 95 2001 for the double DIN. Now with the double DIN, you got this one side, and then this side got two pieces. This is the right side. I'll tell you left and right. This is left and this is right. You're gonna have to put the radio like that, and then slide this thing in there and screw it. If you have a new radio, you got to screw with it. If not, you got to find your own screw. Now, if I know this is gonna be really tough to fit a double DIN, a single DIN's easy. So a double DIN, you're gonna have to, I mean, if you want to, you can do this, remove all this screw. Somebody changed it. Remove all that out. There's 1, 2, 3. The regular one don't have that. So now, as you can see, I cut the top one out, and I had to watch the ribbons. As you see, now I'm gonna plug the plug back in. I don't know how much work I have to do more, but we'll have to see. Now I'm gonna have to remove the whole thing. It's made it easier, much easier. There's 7mm right there. Mentioned earlier, this is not easy. So what I did, I cut this and this, and then I did cut a little bit of this. I had to watch the ribbon behind it. Make sure you watch that, check that carefully. You don't want to cut anything. And I'm trying to see if I can crack it with the plier. So I was be able to break that piece off. I try to break it without cutting anything, because there's a ribbon behind this piece too. You have to really careful with that ribbon. Whew. It's not an easy job, I can tell you that ahead. So be careful. Guys, if you're not sure, if you cannot handle this at this part right there where you have to cut, because it's really serious right there, because the ribbon is right on this side right there. If you cut, you don't want to cut it through, you want to cut it just enough, and then you can break it. It's easier than, you know, cut it through the ribbon, and then you're going to end up buying some ribbon, and it's not cheap. So really careful with this car. This is probably one of the hardest car well, I mean, not hardest, but I mean, anything you deal with Buick or Oldsmobile or, you know, it's harder than the older one. Yes, it's harder. Try to put it back in. Usually you pull this thing out. You want to put it back in before you push the whole panel back.